Well, here I am. I didn't think I would do a video review. I guess maybe this is more of getting my feelings out on how ridiculous this show was. Now, I'm not going to say everything about this show. There's no point in it. I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm just going to say the essential stuff I think that's important. The first one is the opening where you see Vince show himself. Now, you already know what happened with Roman Reigns. Comes out pissed off that Brock did not show up. But it was nice to see Vince himself come out, say, one, Brock isn't his boy. He's no one's boy, which we do know he is his boy in real life, in a sense. He says he'll be there next week, I guarantee it. And what made the people very happy, Roman Reigns was temporarily suspended for disrespect to Vince himself, for getting angry at him at the gorilla position. I gotta say this, for Vince to allow this to happen, he's stretching it a little bit. Because, let's be honest, this WrestleMania is not looking very good. And I guess he must have thought, okay, I'm going to have to do something a little more dramatic here. I got to get Roman Reigns over. I cannot let him be the heel. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to make him a face. So I'm going to let him get loved by hating me and Brock. That's the way it looks. I'm okay with that. But it was a stretch to actually see him do that. He hasn't done that in a while. Now, the bar. What the hell did I just see with the bar? It wasn't the fact of the beatdown by the bar. It was the battle royal for the tag teams and Braun Strowman showing up. What? If you take away what happened with Elias, and he said this is your fault when he should have been playing. I wasn't happy about the Symphony of Destruction match. I thought it was stupid to put Braun Strowman in a match and then hurt Elias by letting him be forced into that match. I really thought it was stupid. Honestly, I did. But now you put Braun Strowman in a tag team battle royal. You let him win that tag team battle royal. And now there's no choice. They're going to let him wrestle the tag team champions on WrestleMania. They're not going to back out of it now. They're going to let one guy gain the titles of the tag team division on Raw. Are you serious? I'm not even saying that's a bad thing because the tag team division on Raw is disgusting. It's garbage. You get more interest from the Usos, the New Day, even from Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable than what you get here. And seeing that little segment with the bar saying they'd rather go to SmackDown. To be honest, they may have more fun on SmackDown because at least at one point they were doing stuff with tag teams over there. I don't know if they're going to do it if they did go. Maybe they'll switch Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable over to Raw and let the bar switch because they said the shakeup's coming after. Another shakeup. Going WrestleMania. Going after WrestleMania. This is what you get. Now, John Cena calling out the Undertaker again and saying this time, you self-centered son of a bitch, wrestle me, Undertaker. That's pretty much what he said. Taking away from all the stupid garbage he said about, I'm going to be a fan this time around. I'm not going to have my WrestleMania moment. I'm going to be in the ringside and I'm going to be able to drink some beer and enjoy myself. Taking away from that, when he basically told The Undertaker he's a self-centered son of a bitch. And that he simply is not over the hill. He's exercising on Michelle McCool's Instagram. And that he still has it. They're really pushing this. As I said before, if this was done about 2 years ago, or better yet last year, and that's stretching it, 2 or 3 years ago would have been the perfect time, and they didn't go with it. They went with Roman Reigns. They went with everything else. They went with Brock Lesnar. They went with everything else you could think of in WrestleMania 32 and 33. Even 31. That would have been the best time to do it, but no. They refused to do it. Now they do it now, where a lot of people don't want to see The Undertaker do it. And in fact, they've lost that moment. There's no more streak. If there was still a streak, John Cena getting it would actually be the culmination of what? His entire career. It would make sense. Because next to Kurt Angle bringing him in, it was The Undertaker that promoted him. So the best person to get the streak wasn't Brock Lesnar, wasn't Roman Reigns. In fact, it was John Cena. Because he was sponsored by The Undertaker. Go look at the old footage of The Undertaker saying pretty much, hey, you showed Kurt Angle you got a set. He's the one that promoted him. He's the one that gave him his beginning push next to Kurt Angle. So it would have been better for him to do it, not a Brock Lesnar. So we move on to... I might as well get it over with now because I ain't going beyond 10 minutes with this, I don't think. What did we exactly get with Alexa Bliss, with Asuka, and with Mickie James? I'm not even going to talk about the match between her and Mickie James, which is a stupid joke. When Mickie James came back at NXT and she had that amazing match, calm down. When it came to Mickie James and Asuka, they tore the house down with that match. That was better than it came to Asuka to Bayley. Asuka versus anyone else on the roster, even Nia Jax. Asuka with Mickie James was the best match. It outstripped Bayley and it outstripped Sasha. It outstripped Charlotte and it outstripped Sasha. Those two are the best workers in the business. And now you see Mickie James doing the job for Asuka, which is a joke. But then, when they wanted... I was hoping they wouldn't call Nia Jax out again. And she didn't come out. That little bit with Nia Jax being played with by Alexa. And then afterwards, you see how angry I am? That they went there with Nia Jax. The sympathy route. Instead of letting her... Calm down. Let me paint you a picture. When it comes to Nia Jax, over the last year to year and a half, she could have won the NXT title, went to Raw. I made a mistake saying she was Raw and SmackDown. She was only Raw. She went from NXT to Raw, then she got the Raw title, and then she lost it, and then she gets it back again, or fights Asuka if she managed to keep it at WrestleMania. Then after that, she starts losing and losing, and then you could go down the sympathy route. Here, she hasn't won anything. She hasn't proven anything. She's been beaten by many people on the roster. Yeah, she kicked the ass of most of the people on the roster, but when it counted, she either got beaten or she got hurt and got beaten. Of course, that's a work. It's not a shoot. You know that. But you get my point. And now they go down the sympathy route with her, so she go to WrestleMania and be a face. This is the most stupidest storyline. And I heard, I'm not chewing out the Lex-Man. I actually like the Lex-Man. But when it comes down to it, the Lex-Man is alright with this storyline. And I find it distasteful. And I'm actually quite surprised he agrees with it. In fact, when he saw Fastlane, I was surprised he liked the ending match. That it's a fatal 5-way with an extra person in it. And then when it came to Bobby Roode and it came to Randy Orton, he hated that, or he didn't like that match because it was too slow and it was an 80s style match. I would have thought, and I'm not being rude or disrespectful to the Lex-Man. He has earned my respect as a reviewer. He has. But I'm actually quite surprised at a guy who says he's a very good person who understands the business. And once in a while you see an old school match done by two professionals and you don't give it a chance to try and get over. Yeah, the crowd didn't like it, but you didn't want to give it a chance because you care more about spot work and high flying. I would have thought saying that you love a story and like characters, you would have said, hey, this is kind of cool. I'm not really totally into it, but it's good to see an old school match once in a while. It shows something different. No, he just didn't like it. I'm actually surprised about him. I know you'll never see this video. No one's going to connect him to it. But with respect to Lexman or Alex, if you call your name that, I'm not angry at you, but I'm surprised at you. I would have thought, hey, these guys are doing something you don't see often. Okay, that is kind of cool, but I'm not really into it, but I respect it. He didn't even give it that. So for me personally, that was a bit of a surprise. Like this with Nia Jax. He doesn't mind it, but I do, because Nia Jax has not been the monster she's supposed to be. She's been beaten multiple times, and when it came to actually having a chance at a title, she's been beaten all the time. How is this credible? It just makes her look so weak, particularly when she threw a fit in the back. Honestly, this show was just, what the hell? I'm not using that title, but what the hell type of show? But it's just my point of view. Peace.